We're at Full Moon Coliseum this afternoon, where the Lycans and Scorpions lock up for the 6th time in SFL history. The Lycans won the last matchup 29-13 at the Chicago Wildcats at the time. The Los Angeles Lycans are hosting the Arizona Scorpions, who are coming off that dominating win over the Sioux Falls Sparrows last week. The Lycans are expecting to continue their win streak with 6 in a row after that Week 1 loss to Baltimore Vultures. Both teams are looking to conquer one another in this SFL battle. Both teams are tied at 78 votes each in this game, according to the SFL Nation Who You Got polls. Looks like the SFL is undecided in this one. Both teams could use a victory here, as the Scorpions are looking to close in on the #1 spot in the West Division, moving ahead in the standings at 4-3 if they come away with the victory, while LA is looking to stay atop the Pacific at 7-1. Here in the SFL, as the season continues to heat up and catch fire. Hi everybody, Damon Simmons alongside my partner Josh Circle and the City of Angels. Zach, please sir, tell me, what are your takes on today's matchup?
Well, Damon, it's going to be a great matchup. Two division leaders, as you mentioned. Los Angeles did not lose a game in the entire month of August, despite some shuffling of the coaching staff that has been well documented. Arizona, meanwhile, you mentioned the game against Sioux Falls last week. They needed that win, Damon, to snap a 3-game losing streak, and now they're on the road, and this is going to be a great test for a team that made the playoffs last year, and they're going to face a playoff caliber team again this afternoon.
We also have Declan O'Rourke on stats. Welcome, sir. Glad to have you here with us tonight.
Yes, thank you, Declan. Always appreciate our stats, people.
Here's the kicker for Arizona. The ball on the tee. Cliff Allen. Boot it! We're underway. Here at Full Moon Coliseum, on the return is Los Angeles. Davius Reed. Reed gets out to the 25-yard line. They're going to call it the 26. And that is not Davius Reed on the return.
And Damon, as Los Angeles goes on offense, we'd like to read a statement here from Tom Rahman, the co-owner of the Los Angeles Lycans. The Los Angeles Lycans would like to dedicate this game to Nelson Lozano Sr., who passed away this last week due to complications from the coronavirus. We are keeping the Lozano family in our thoughts and prayers this weekend. Stay battle ready, my friend. That from Lycans co-owner Tom Rahman.
Richardson underneath the center. Handoff here to Johnson, and Johnson's going to pick up 5 on that carry before it getting popped by Eddie Gage.
Yeah, and Eddie Gage is one of the mainstays, obviously, not only the SFL, but obviously this Arizona defense. His 15th SFL season. We've only had 17 seasons in the SFL, and Eddie Gage has only missed 2 of them.
2nd and 5 here now for the Lycans. Here's another handoff here to Johnson. Johnson going to run over one man, and it's Gage again. 3rd and 2 now for LA.
And Robert Johnson, who had a tremendous game last week, looking to do so again. But one of those things that it's difficult to account for is the defensive backs that play tough on run coverage. And Eddie Gage doing it there on back-to-back plays.
Mr. What Up Do is what they like to call him. 4-3 defense here by Arizona. And there's a pass reception. The first one for Sully here today. And that's going to be a first down conversion. And I want to say that's to Chris Lee.
That is Chris Lee. Chris Lee had a nice rookie season last year, just over 400 yards. He's going to obliterate that mark. He has just been on fire, as this entire Lycans team really has been on fire. Deep threat, and also, like you just saw there, making big catches over the middle. Chris Lee having a tremendous sophomore season.
LA's going to go weak eye jokers here. Shift movement by the linebackers for Arizona. And they get pressure, and they only allow 3 yards on the carry there by Johnson. Johnson is getting a heavy dose of the offense here. His 3rd carry so far in the game.
And Robert Johnson will get a lot of volume. He had 27 carries last week, 131 yards, did find the end zone, and had what I'm not kidding, Damon, is probably the greatest run I've seen in SFL history. At one point, running over 5 Fort Worth Toros defenders on his way to the end zone.
Here's a screen pass here to Johnson. Another attempt here for the halfback. He's going to pick up a gain of yardage there. 3rd and 1 now. LA is doing a good job by moving the ball here so far. They're in Arizona's territory after crossing midfield.
That's right, and Robert Johnson almost had that first down there before Eddie Gage showed up on the scene. I think Eddie Gage is just going to make every tackle in this game. He just seems determined to do that. I know he's your broadcast partner, and he wishes probably he could be up here with you, but right now he's down there, and he is making a big impact in this game so far.
I formation. Flip, Joker's pair. Johnson in the backfield. Two-step drop here by Richardson. Pump fake. Oh, dumps it off to the tight end. Picks up the first down as well.
And tremendous touch on that ball. That is Tommy Rahman. Yes, sir. Rahman's first touch of the game. And what a precious display of those pillowy hands of Tommy Rahman. Catching a ball with nice touch from Sully Richardson, getting the first down.
I thought it was a screen pass to the tight end. I'll get back to it in just a second. There's another pass here off to the tight end this time. The second tight end, Zach Flash.
And Flash having one of his quieter seasons, only 16 catches coming into the week. Had 3 last week. On the cusp of a big milestone. He's probably going to hit it before this game is over.
The Los Angeles Lakers are moving the ball aggressively here on their first possession. Another handoff here to Johnson. Johnson picks up the first down. Out to the 27 of Arizona now. It took about 4 Scorpions to bring him down.
And Robert Johnson is really good at moving the ball and moving the pile, for that matter, between the tackles. We saw a great example of it there. And very bizarre, this drive by Los Angeles. They are looking tremendous at this point.
5-step drop here by Richardson. Overthrown. Offensive players here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Quarterback is Sully Richardson. Halfback, Robert Johnson. Fullback, Tommy Rahman. Wide receivers are Davius Reed, Chris Lee, and your tight ends are Elise Pryor and Jack Flash. Defensive players here for Arizona Scorpions are defensive ends are Didi Sash, Mark Mello. Defensive tackles are Alex Constantine, Max Knight. Linebackers are Joey Tropicana, Sean Lee. And your cornerbacks are Iverson Gamble, Parker Thomas, Everett Garrison. And your safeties are Bernard Smith and Eddie Gage. Another handoff here to Johnson up the middle. Johnson's going to shift field, head to the north side of it, and get tackled after picking up 2 yards.
And just as LA's on the cusp of the red zone, Arizona finally has them in a 3rd and long. That incompletion a couple plays ago was one of the first misstep we've seen out of this LA offense. And now the short run by Johnson, and Arizona has a chance to get off the field.
3rd and 7. Here for the Lakers. 5-step drop here by Richardson. Throws a lob. That pass is going to be deflected away. And looks like Joey Tropicana got his paws on that one.
He sure did. He had 2 last week, 7 on the season. And you can add that to the total for 8. A lot of hops there for an inside linebacker, Damon, but he came up making a big play. And instead of Los Angeles getting 7 points, they're going to have to settle for 3 with this Rob M's field goal.
Yeah, Rob M's going to come out here and attempt this. Looks like a 40-yard attempt.
And M's has not missed this season. He's a perfect 14 out of 14.
He's 80 for 83 on his career. Very high percentage kicker here for LA. That kick is right down the middle.
And that's what you want to do when you're at home, Damon. Drive the ball down the field, get on the board first. And obviously that kick by Ems, that could have gone for 55 or maybe even a little longer than that. But that's a nice cap to a drive. Giving Arizona something to think about as now they get ready to go on offense.
81 field goals on the career for Eames. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategizes are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, where we put the fan in fantasy.
And speaking of fantasy, this Arizona Scorpions offense has been fantastic. Only 9 turnovers so far in the season. That is 3rd best in the SFL.
Oh, there's a false start and encroachment on the defense of the Lycans, and Arizona's going to take advantage of it here and go ahead and snap the ball and get a pass reception to Hands, but I'm pretty sure they're going to decline this one.
Yeah, it looks like the penalty for the encroachment is going to be more than the result of that play. The Scorpions do accept. Not bad. Get yourself in a 1st and 5 to start the game.
Arizona came off a big win last week over Sioux Falls. They get them right back at 500 as they came in on a 3-game losing streak before that big win last week. They were looking at 2-3, and they just did not want to fall short in the standings. And here's Jackson, her second pass attempt. Big pass down the middle of the field, and that's going to be complete. I want to say that's to Will Todd. Yes, it is. The number 1 tight end for this offense.
And Will Todd, who had a quiet week last week, equals his catch total of a week ago, making a monster catch there, just running the 9 right up the middle, splitting the defense, and actually puts the ball right on his forehead. Tremendous throw by Ashley Jackson, and a great catch by Will Todd.
Here's Jackson underneath the center this time. Slot pair is the formation. Throws a strike. Crossing into the field is going to be completed. He fumbles it, and then his brother recovers the fumble. My goodness, what a play. But I think it's going to be an incomplete if this is challenged.
Yeah, I think there will be a challenge here. I mean, that was a bang-bang play, and there is the flag coming out there. And I think Donnie Hands, if he was a receiver there, only had the ball for a second before it was dislodged. And then his brother actually picked it up and got some more yardage out of it. Very impressive awareness there by James Hands, but we'll take a look at it there. And boom, boom, and it bounced right into the hands of James Hands, who was very close to a first down on that fumble recovery. You don't see that very often, Damon.
Rochelle Colston may be denied on this one because it looks like the wide receiver, they're gonna overturn it. But it looks like the receiver did take a step after coming down with the reception, which is a football move.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think that really had an opportunity. We've seen, at least I've seen, reviews like that where it's been a lot closer and they have stood. So interesting decision there by R62.
High formation load here for Arizona. Going to hand it off here to DJ Moses, and Moses is going to get hit in the backfield for a 2-yard loss.
And Moses, another one of those bell cow running backs in the SFL. In the top half of carries and rushes. Hit the century mark last week, and had 3 catches to boot.
4 wide receivers on the play here. Jackson in the shotgun. Big bomb down the middle of the field. That pass is going to be intercepted, and it's Rochelle Colston. Colston, the 29th interception of her career. She needs 1 more for 30.
And that is her 7th pick of the season, and she has been on an absolute tear. She had 2 last week and already getting started here early. And watch her just play at center field there, going up for that ball, comes down with it. We might see a review on that as well. And then manages to get up, has the awareness to get up and get some return yardage out of that as well. And that's what you get for throwing on Rochelle Colston.
Yeah, that pass was intended for Donnie Hands. But Hands just wasn't in the vicinity of that one because Colston came out of nowhere playing Ed Reed style safety to take that one away from Arizona. Yeah,
tremendous.
Here's Arizona bringing pressure, and there's gonna be a dump off here in the slots, and that's gonna be to the tight end, number 1, Pryor. Come away with that reception, pick up 9 yards on the catch.
We've had some back and forth about who the number 1 tight end is. Is it LZ Pryor or is it Jack Flash? Because they take turns going off in big games, Damon. Sometimes it's Jack Flash, and sometimes it's LZ Pryor, gets some more volume, and sometimes Flash will come up with a huge catch in the red zone. And I don't really know who the tight end 1 is in this offense. You can almost argue that the Lycans have 2 tight end 1s.
Going back to New England when they had 2 tight ends with Hernandez and Gronkowski.
You could do a lot of neat things with your offense if you do have 2 tight ends that can not only block, but also catch the ball. It gives you a lot of versatility on offense, and teams don't know whether you're going to run the ball or pass the ball. And if you're able to do a lot of those things out of those 2 tight end sets, you could be a really lethal offense.
Bar formation here for Richardson. Underneath the center. Arizona's going to... Oh, that pass is almost intercepted by Everett Garrison. If he gets that one, Josh, I mean that's 6.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He was just a step behind. Impressive closing speed, though, by the 6th-year quarterback, getting a hand on it. And looked like he was playing a high flat in the zone, or maybe even deep third. Very impressive that he's able to go and make a play on that.
4-3 is the defense. 2 tight ends on the set. They both go out on the pass. That pass is intercepted, and it's right across the middle to Joey Tropicana.
And Tropicana is a guy you have to watch on every single play in the hook zone there, because he will do exactly what he just did there. Look, he's not doing anything special, just going straight back. Ball's coming to him, and I think that was intended for Jack Flash again. Could have had a better throw there, but Tropicana right on the scene. And Ashley Jackson has her first pick of the game.
And that's Joey Tropicana, first interception of his career. He has been around for quite some time. And Joey, congratulations on your first pick, son. Here's DJ Moses with the handoff. Get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, excuse me, Damon. That was Sully Richardson's interception setting up this drive, and Ashley Jackson now has an opportunity to atone for her earlier interception that we saw from Rochelle Colston. We'll see how she reacts after being picked off there on the deep ball.
High formation, power eye. Screen here to DJ Moses. Spin move. Oh, another spin move. Out to the 37-yard line of LA. 3rd and 2 here now for the Scorpions. There's a look at the quarterback comparison. Each of them having an INT early here in the first quarter.
Yeah, both of these teams, they know what's at stake. A couple of division leaders here. Arizona just snapped that 3-game losing streak we talked about in the open against Sioux Falls. And each team in their division facing some tough opponents. Arizona a game up right now. They have a chance to go 2 games up if they can prevail here this afternoon.
And up to Mosley. Moses is running backwards. Going to lose 5 yards on that carry.
And that was the antithesis of what we saw from the previous play, where he made 3 spin moves, was really close to a first down. That time he spun a little bit too much and in the wrong direction. And now we're going to see a punt.
Yep, here comes Brian Clouds here for Arizona to punt this one away. The LA Lycans will be receiving the ball. This is going to be their 3rd possession of the first quarter here. They did receive the ball first to get the game started. Offense for the Lycans are quarterback Sully Richardson. Halfback is Robert Johnson. Fullback Tommy Rahman. Wide receivers are Davius Reed and Chris Lee. They only have 2 on the roster. And tight ends are Elise Pryor and Jack Flash. I think I've already noted their offense. It's Arizona's offense I need to do, and the Lycans defense next. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I'm sure nobody minds hearing their name called a second time. But now you owe equal time to the Scorpions offense.
There's a false start by Dede Satch, and here's a dump off here to Johnson. Johnson shakes off Everett Garrison and picks up the first down. You can go ahead and decline that penalty, Mr. Ref. We'll take the yards.
And that was a surpriser because Arizona got such great penetration in the backfield, and Richardson actually threw that over the head of, I think it was Dede Sachs. And Johnson somehow managed to turn upfield and then break another tackle. They got tremendous yardage.
Yeah, Johnson has basically been on a tear these past few weeks, just been full head of steam as of lately.
And he's done it so many different ways. He's run people over. He's made spin moves. He's used his agility. He's caught balls out of the backfield. I mean, he has done everything for this Lycans offense.
My apologies. That INT by Joey Tropicana, that is his 5th on his career. Here's Johnson breaking tackles. I couldn't even get it out before this guy ramps off down the field. Great run there by Johnson, but it was Tropicana's 5th interception of his career, not his first. I was looking at that's his first on the season. I wanted to make that correction.
And Tommy Rahman out of the backfield came up and made a tremendous block that actually sprung Robert Johnson on the linebacker there at the second level that allowed Johnson to get to the sideline and work upfield. And now Los Angeles is in plus territory.
A good friend, Eddie Gage, may be upset with me for saying this, but man, he gave Gage a stiff arm that he's going to remember for weeks. Here's Richardson and the shotgun. There's a pass across the middle of the field. That pass is caught. Davius Reed with his first reception tonight. Well, today.
Davius Reed, who hit the 3,000-yard mark for his career last week, keeping the good times rolling here. 7 catches in that game. First catch this afternoon.
We're going to go strong eye jokers. Here now is LA. And there's a handoff tier 2. Johnson right up the middle, and he's going to pick up 6 yards. And man, Arizona had just about 8 in the box.
And somehow Los Angeles got everybody blocked. It was amazing how they were able to do that. The Los Angeles offensive line doing a nice job giving Robert Johnson a hole big enough to drive a beer truck, a Shriners Parade, and a Zamboni through.
4-3 is the defense. They're going to go pair slot. Here to the left of the quarterback is Johnson. Davius Reed in the slot. 2-step drop, sidearm throw to the tight end, and that's going to be a first down out to the 16-yard line.
And Arizona just has absolutely no idea what's coming. Los Angeles doing such a great job of disguising what they're doing. And by the time it's ready to defend the play, it's too late. The ball's in Robert Johnson's hands, or it's down the field.
LA is in their all gray attire with highlights of yellow and a shade of blue as well. Here's Richardson, another sidearm throw out to Davius Reed, and Reed's going to catch that one there, pick up 6 yards down to the 11 of Arizona. They're basically winning ball possession control here early in this ball game. As we stated, this is their third possession to Arizona's 2.
Really impressive start by Los Angeles. It's only 3-0, but it feels like that they've been doing so much better than that at this point. With the way they've been able to move the ball down the field, it's just very impressive.
Other SFL action, you have the Fort Worth Toros hosting the Lone Star Glory right now in that I-35 battle. Handoff here to Johnson. Johnson's going to be stopped in the backfield for the first time here for a 1-yard loss.
And that's what Arizona needs to do here. Tighten up in the red zone, close down some of those running lanes, and get Los Angeles into a 3rd and long situation, and ultimately send out Rob Ems for another field goal. Or do a little better and come up with a turnover.
D.D. Sash was on the tackle, gets pressure right up the middle. This is going to be to Flash again. Flash has been very active. It's going to hold him here for 4th and 1. And let's see if LA is going to bring out the offense again or bring on Ems to kick another field goal.
We just saw a flash of Ems there. And I don't think Los Angeles, the way they're moving the ball, is going to feel too pressured. Or maybe they will. They're good. I mean, might as well take a crack at it.
Shifting the backers. And let's see. They're going to try to draw this defense offside. And Arizona's going to stay disciplined here. Give kudos to them on that, because we see a lot of false start encroachments here in the SFL, and Richardson is going to be forced to call a timeout.
We've seen a false start from each team already in this game. We're barely into the second quarter, and I don't mind running this play in the first half where your timeouts nearly are not as important as they are in the second half. Rochelle Colston looking like she wanted to see a play. It's like Richardson saying, hey, we're already leading. Let's just take the field goal and lead a little bit more.
Visit the SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player, to join our community, the league, and the teams that play on it, and comprehensive history of the SFL. Sorry about that. It's over 1,500 games, and it's thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. The Simulation Football League, 17 seasons strong. Here's Ems on this field goal attempt. This one is up in the air and right down the middle for the 24th yarder. If Arizona can score a touchdown here on this possession, they're taking the lead here, only allowing 6 points for the Lycans on 2 drives inside of the red zone. You got to give kudos to the defense on the bend and not break philosophy there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what you want to avoid doing in this league is giving up touchdowns. A lot of yards, a lot of rushing yards to Robert Johnson. I wonder if he's almost doing them a favor at this point. Got 9 carries on the game already. 8 carries, excuse me, along with 2 receptions. You don't want to give Robert Johnson too much volume. You don't want to use him too early in the game, Damon. But that seems to be exactly what Los Angeles is doing. They might be mortgaging their second half productivity with all this work for Robert Johnson.
Ashley Jackson's going to come onto the field. Offense here for the Scorpions. Ashley Jackson's quarterback, DJ Moses the halfback. Your wide receivers are Donnie Hans, James Hans, TJ Punk. Tight end is Will Todd. You have 2 tackles, Sean Crook and EJ DeKey. Here's Ashley Jackson on a 1-step drop back. Hands here to catch it, and Hands going to pick up the first down.
And that's just a nice little out route to get the route going there, Damon.
Defense for the Lycans. Defensive ends are Brogan Sparrow. You have Ace Blackwell, who just signed on with the team about a week and a half ago. And you have defensive tackle Murray Rivers. Your linebackers are Danny Stinson, Buddy Blaze, who have 2 pick-6 back-to-back weeks. One versus Houston and one last week as well. You have cornerbacks Mike Scott and Thomasina Rahman. And Thomas Rahman Jr. Your safeties, get to them in just a second. Ashley Jackson goes deep, and she got James Hands with that reception. Picks up the first down and into Lycans territory at the 38-yard line. Big Game James is what they call him in the locker room.
Yeah, Big Game James, a good name for him at this point. And Jackson puts this right on the money. Lots of time to throw. A perfect spiral. Look at that, right into your living room. And James Hands just comes up with a big catch and double coverage. Rochelle Colston was on the scene, but could not stop James Hands from making that catch.
I should say that was a beautiful pass. Free safeties are Rochelle Colston, Jack Hacksaw, and strong safety is Ryan Yosef. Ryan Yosef is also on the staff for LA. Here's a 7-step drop here by Ashley, and she overthrows a guy. Don't blame her for that. She did get a little pressure there. No complaints about throwing that one away.
No, that's right. You want to put it where your receiver can get it, or it's an incomplete. And Jackson knew she had to let that one rip, and did. Live to play another day. Second down.
2nd and 10, Josh, at LA's 38. Arizona comes out in a I formation. Could be Lowe's or it could be Jax. Handoff here to Moses, and Moses is going to get tackled right at the line of scrimmage. The play was directed to go right up the middle between the A gap, and nothing was there, so he decided to bounce it outside.
Yeah, LA doing a nice job on both fronts. Ma River, Spiraw, and Ace Blackwell, the week 4 signing, doing a nice job of clogging that interior. DJ Moses had nowhere to go.
4 wide receivers on the field. That's going to be a completion to TJ Punk. And that's a first down as well. Picks up 10 yards exactly. Now in LA's territory, down at the 28-yard line with 8 minutes and 12 seconds left on the ticker.
And that is a huge first down for Arizona. Keeps the drive alive, gives them a fresh set of downs. But more importantly, DeMond, it puts them at field goal range. Arizona with their first real opportunity of the game to get points on the board.
4-3 is the defense. Looks like they're going to play man coverage. And it's going to be a dump off here to Moses. Moses got blockers out in front down to the 9-yard line.
And Moses sprung free after he made that first defender miss. And just a tremendous run. And this is what Arizona wants. They want to put DJ Moses in space. And Jackson doing a nice job of looking downfield, full in the defense. And then Moses right there. Look at that. Boom. We're just out of frame. That tremendous block by number 85 for Arizona. Well done, and a great first down for the Scorpions.
A 21-yard scamper there. Here's Moses. Moses going to be hitting the backfield from the 9 to the 12, going to lose 3 yards.
A nice penetration there by the defensive front. Things get a little tighter here in the red zone, as you know, DeMond.
Yeah, because the back of the end zone does become your 12th man, should we say. 4-2 Nichols the defense, 3 wide receivers set. PJ Punk down here at the bottom. James Hands at the top. Donnie in the slot. And Jackson gets pressured, and she's going to go down. Outside linebacker comes away with that sack.
And that's the peril of taking a short drop like that. You need to get rid of that ball. That ball's got to be out at this point here. Paladin Smith beats one-on-one coverage. Was able to drag Ashley Jackson down. That's not a terrible sack, though, DeMond. You'd rather see that. And part of the reason she did take a short drop was so that she would stay in field goal range. Mm-hmm. And no matter what happens here on 3rd and goal, it's very likely they're going to get at least 3 points on this drive.
I agree with you, Josh. I would rather the sack than to force a pick. There's a pass cross the field and it's intercepted. Rochelle Colston comes away with her 2nd of the game. 30th of the career. This young lady is having a season.
Oh my goodness, Damon, this is the one mistake you don't want to make. If you're going to throw it, don't throw it there, and don't throw it to Rochelle Colston. Right there over the middle, and Rochelle just steps right up, knows right where that ball's going to be. That's her second pick of the half. And once again, Arizona comes away empty.
Ray Cole is one of the best safeties in this league. The free safety spot normally gets overlooked, but man, she is making it one that everybody wants to play. There's a 4-3 defense here by Arizona. Johnson breaks off a tackle, breaks off another one before being taken down at the 15-yard line by Tropicana.
And this is the danger of turnovers. You give the other chance an opportunity to score points. And not only that, but also gain some momentum. And Johnson starting this run in his own end zone, once goes through one defender, and then has to run 15 yards before he gets to another one. Tremendous first play. Arizona had visions of safeties dancing in their heads. Not now. LA's out to the 15-yard line.
9 carries, 7.2 yards a carry for Johnson. 65 yards on the day so far. Early in this first half. Here's Johnson on a screen route. Going to get hit by Gage right at the sticks to the 26-yard line. Another first down here for Arizona. I'm sorry, for LA.
And Gage paying back Rojo for that stiff arm you mentioned in the first quarter. Bodies are flying here. Arizona knows they need to come up with a big play, and they need to do it soon.
As they used to tell us in youth football, go get your lunch money back, and Gage just got it. 4-3 defense. I formation, flips pass. Here for Richardson underneath the center. Nobody's open. Throw a lame duck across the middle of the field. That pass is going to be dropped by his tight end.
It's a good defense there from Arizona. That's Nick Butkus, the backup outside linebacker, with his chance to shine. Coming up with a big stop there to make it 2nd and long. And that's where it stopped. That's where the stops start. You need to come up with big plays 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down, especially against this offense.
Single back formation here for LA. 2nd and 10. 3-step drop by Richards. Throws a sidearm throw, and a host of Arizonas are there waiting on him after picking up 5 yards.
And
Another
he had a
tackle
block
by Eddie Gage.
You have Gage all over, trying to do his best to make an impact. But Robert Johnson had the block. Jack Flash was up there. The only problem was he was right on the sideline. Had nowhere else to go. Had to turn upfield. Eddie Gage was waiting for him.
Also want to send out condolences to everyone in the Louisiana, Mississippi area who are cleaning up and recovering from Hurricane Ida. I just want to send out condolences to those who are being affected by that. We know we have a few people here in the SFL that are down in that area that has been affected. And if you want to, reach out to some of those individuals who you know live in that area and see if maybe you can help them out or so by sending them a few funds or so. This was not scripted by the SFL. I'm doing this out of kindness of my heart to say this. Catch up with them. See if you can send them something through Cash App or to Zelle or anything in that nature. Just become a helpful individual to those who are in part of the SFL. And here's Johnson, a handoff. He's going to be hit after picking up 1 yard. Iverson Gamble on the tackle, Josh.
Yeah, in Arizona, after giving up a big pass to Chris Lee, tightens up a little bit here against the run. In LA, the little gray engine that could with those yellow socks making their way out to the logo. And they've got some more progress to make yet.
Shotgun formation. Here for Sully Richardson, 2nd and 9. That pass is caught by Chris Lee. Right at midfield.
And Gamble tried to go up and knock that one away. Didn't quite make it. And Chris Lee jawing about it, telling him, hey, I thought you had that one, buddy. And Chris Lee making another big catch on the sideline. And that is a role that Lee has really grown into. Become a very reliable target for Sully Richardson.
Yes, he has, partner. Strong eye jokers. And off here to Johnson to the outside. Johnson tries to run over Gage, and Gage wins this battle.
And once
that's
again,
not Gage. That's Iverson Gamble.
It might have been Bernard Smith the fourth.
Bernard Smith. Yeah.
Smith the fourth.
Can't leave out the fourth.
Not at all. And it looks like
defense. But yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Great defense by Arizona, though. I mean, they're forcing LA to punt the ball, and this is LA's first punt attempt for the game.
And Arizona's going to get one more bite at the apple here, but credit to Los Angeles for ripping off another drive as we see the Lycans special teamer dive into the end zone for the touchback. So close, yet so far away. But this Lycans defense now, Damon, is going to be really well rested. The Lycans offense has ripped off some really long drives, 12 plays to start the game, and then most recently 9 plays, and then 9 plays the series before that. So Arizona's offense finally has a chance to see the field and put together a drive of their own.
Yeah, as I stated earlier, that LA is winning time of possession so far in this game, and there's a dump off here to DJ Moses, and Moses picks up 5. Quarterback comparison there. AJ really has to calm down on the picks. This is going to be a long day in the office for the entire Arizona Scorpions organization.
And that second interception is just an absolute backbreaker. Had a chance to make it a 3-point game. It was 3rd down. And AJ just trying to put her team in a spot to win, to succeed. And Rochelle Colston was there.
Here's DJ Moses, puts a juke move on a defender, picks up 3 yards.
And that might be the last time we see Moses on this drive, at least on the ground. You want to give your team an opportunity to get downfield, and you're not going to do it with these 5- and 6-yard runs from DJ Moses.
The defense is starting to make some noise here at Full Moon Coliseum. Lycans in 4-3. Handoff here to Moses up the middle. He picks up the first down. Continue the drive for Arizona.
And they do get the first down, but they're going to hit the 2-minute warning here any second. And they are going to have to start using some timeouts, especially if they want to keep feeding DJ Moses. At this point.
That's the 2-minute warning. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Coming up at the APM Music halftime report, Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green break down the first half of the Glory and Toros, recap early Saturday games that features Vegas, Portland, Atlanta, and DC, and provide an update on the action going on in California between the Scorpions and the Lycans. It's all coming up at the APM Music halftime show. Here's DJ Moses, got to open up field, crosses midfield, he's hit and brought down at LA's 44-yard line.
Well, it shows what I know. I said Moses isn't going to run anymore. They go with a heavy set, and then Moses rips off a 25-yard run. Absolutely tremendous blocking here up front. Look at number 41 there. And there's another block there by the tight end that paves the way for Moses. And he is just one defender away for breaking that and making that the first touchdown of the game. Ryan Yosef hunts Moses down and saves a touchdown for Arizona.
It looks like that was that was a design play toward the outside, but Moses saw an opening and took it right up the middle of the field. Nice play-action play here by Jackson, and she dumps it off across the middle of the field to DJ Moses.
And now if you're going to play for the field goal here, the run comes back into play, and you won't have to necessarily burn some timeouts. They're not at field goal range yet, but they're only about 10 yards away to give Cliff Allen a chance to make it a 3-point game. He hits long. He hit a one from 48 last week.
Another handoff here to Moses to the top of the field. Got a blocker. Open daylight to the 20, the 10. He's looking for it down to the 5.
And another tremendous run, and the entire LA secondary coming after him. And there's a great block there by number 41, the fullback. And Moses, it's a race to the pylon, and Moses nearly wins that race.
This drive has been all DJ Moses, as you declined him from getting the ball early in the drive, and he's been getting it ever since.
And that is unbelievable. You should not be having to account for the running back in a 2-minute drill like this. Usually it's the quarterback throwing darts behind there, not the running back doing stuff like this.
Jump off to Moses, tried the spin move, going to lose 2 yards. They're going to go no huddle here. Hurry up offense.
2nd and goal. The time almost doesn't matter at this point, Devon.
It does not. Going to be same play. Dump it off to Moses. Moses tried to spin move again, loses another 2 yards.
And I would have liked to see them run the clock down a little bit more than that. Get it to the point where you know LA's not going to get a chance to do anything offensively in the event they come up with a turnover here. Now it's 3rd and goal. You're going to run 2 plays. You don't need 36 seconds for 2 plays.
Josh, it's 3rd and goal, as you just stated, at the 9-yard line. Arizona comes out with 4 wide receivers on the field. Shotgun formation, Jackson, dump it off to Moses in the slide. Tried to spin move, nothing doing. Stopped at the 3. I think he should have put his shoulder down, run over the defender, and jump towards Hollywood Boulevard, but he comes up short.
And this time it's Jack Hacksaw making a touchdown-saving tackle. And really, I thought Moses was just a spin move away from giving us our first touchdown of the game. But Hacksaw did a great job wrapping him up. And now here comes Cliff Allen.
Yeah, both of these teams, I was just going to say, both of these teams, Josh, is showing great goal line defense, not allowing either team to get into the end zone, only allowing field goals so far in this game. And it's going to come away with, this is going to be the 3rd attempt. Kick is up, and it's good, right down the middle. Cliff Allen.
And now Arizona on the board, and they're going to get a little sigh of relief as they go into the locker room. But as we mentioned earlier, Damon, you leave a little bit of time on the clock, 27 seconds. And now the Lycans and this tremendous offense, they're going to get one more bite at the apple here before the half.
27 seconds. Is that enough time, though, Josh? I haven't seen LA really, take a shot deep down the field. I'm not sure if they're that type of offense. What you think?
Well, they do have 2 timeouts remaining, and that's going to factor in. And they're going to start with some fairly decent field position here at the 26. And Sully Richardson, this is within his range. You've not seen him do it a lot, but he has the weapons to do it. You got to look for Chris Lee on this drive for sure. And if Robert Johnson has it within him to get open in space or maybe just run over a couple people, there's a better than average chance that they could get at least 3 points on this drive, even starting from here.
Shotgun formation. They come out with twins to the left of Richardson. Johnson in the backfield as well. He's going to go out on a route toward the top of the field. And there's going to be a broken tackle. Tried to get out of bounds, but no. 13 seconds left on the clock. They're going to go no huddle here.
And they might just try and chuck it deep here, Damon.
And that was Jack Flash on the catch. 2-step drop hit by Richards. Richards hits as he throws, passes incomplete. Man, my goodness. Davius Reed took a spear to the gut by the legend Eddie Gage.
He did, and Reed's just trying to get open on this post route. And Sully puts a nice ball out there. This is a chance to, to put out a good ball despite Mark Mello closing in on him. And you see Reed opening there, and Eddie Gage says, no, sir. Drives him to the ground, never gives him a chance to catch the ball.
Perfect tackle as well. Not leading with the crown of his hat. Head across the body of the offensive player.
Yep, wrapped up the legs. Head up, great form.
Hand off here to Johnson. Johnson hitting the backfield by this defensive line by Arizona, and that is going to be Alex Constantine, and that's going to do it for the first half. We're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Josh, what are you thinking so far out of both of these teams here doing this first half?
Well, the time of possession right there says it all, Damon. 13 minutes to just 8 minutes for Los Angeles, and that's really been the story so far. They've put together some tremendous drives. They've been a couple of field goals. We haven't seen any touchdowns yet, but that doesn't mean that we haven't seen a lot of offense. We've seen some great offense. Los Angeles, we mentioned the drives earlier, 12 plays, 9 plays, 9 plays again. And each team having thrown interceptions there. Rochelle Colston right there. And that young lady has 2 of them, and she has played a tremendous game so far. But right now, I think the difference has been the Arizona defense that has bend but not break, and the Los Angeles defense led by Rochelle Colston. It's not often you see a lot of offense and defense in the same game, Damon, but I think that's exactly where we are.
That's exactly where we are. It's just stated. We're getting defense and offense, because the offense, what we're seeing, are between the 5-yard line on each side. Anything beyond that is a no-go. All the yardage are being racked up from 5-yard line to 5-yard line here so far in this game.
And it's just going to magnify everything else that all these other great players are going to do in the second half. Robert Johnson already had 16 touches in the first half. What are we going to see from him in the second half? DJ Moses, 9 carries, 7 receptions, 16 touches for him. And these guys are going to get a lot more volume, Damon. especially if these quarterbacks are leery about throwing the ball downfield, as we might have been seeing from the Arizona offense there, especially in that very last drive when they went down the field and finally got the Cliff Allen field goal.
Here's going to be Rob Eames to kick the ball off to Arizona, as LA did receive the ball in the first half after the coin toss. It's going to be TJ Punk. Punk gets some open daylight right up the middle down to the 30-yard line.
And I would be curious to see what this Arizona Scorpions offense does. Typically very careful with the football. We mentioned in the open, 9 turnovers, and that's third best in the league on the season. 9 turnovers in 6 games. They may not sound like tremendous ball control, but it really is. And now Ashley Jackson with 2 interceptions in the first half. How will that affect what the offense does here in the second half?
The offense could build up some confidence here. Some momentum here if they can get this into the end zone. Pass completed to Donnie Hands. I mean, a long pass. It only was 6 yards, but it was a long pass because that was across the field.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, you think of those out routes as being these dink and dunk passes, but Jackson had to put her arm into that one. And Donnie Hands, only his second catch of the game. That's a bit of a surprise.
That is a surprise, partner. I mean, we had one attempt early in the first quarter on that first drive. Couldn't grab that one as he was hitting the gut as he was coming down with it. There's a pass. That pass is almost intercepted by the defense.
Yeah, that's Thomasina Rahman coming up with the deflection there. Jackson took a shot right in the abdomen as she let that ball go. Very fortunate that a deflection was all it resulted from that pass.
Speaking of Thomasina Rona, she has 5 picks on the season, sitting at the number 7 spot here in the SFL.
It is a little ridiculous how well this Lycan secondary has played this season.
Here's Jackson, shotgun, out route to the top of the field. That pass is going to be completed to Donnie Hands. Another long out route to the top of the field.
Yeah, great execution. A nice adjustment to the ball there by Hands. Sometimes when you're catching those balls below your belt line, it's difficult to get hands on them and bring it in and then continue running. Donnie Hands does all of those things.
Yeah, those out routes, man. When you throw those out routes to the long side of the field, you got to put some zip on it, as you stated earlier, partner. Here's Jackson underneath the center. Eye loads. Hand off here to Moses. Moses, spin move. Picks up 4 on that carry. Tackled by Colston, and can't see who 93 is.
It's Danny Stinson.
Danny Stinson.
Yeah, and Arizona loading up with 3 tight ends there. Trying to find some creative ways to get Moses going. He's got a nice yards per carry at this point, but a lot of that coming just on a couple big runs.
Split twins. Shotgun formation here for Jackson. Takes a 2-step drop. Throws a bullet across the middle of the field and is dropped.
Oh, my goodness. That was big money if that's a catch, DeMond.
Dude, he'd probably be running to the back of the locker room by now.
Oh, my goodness. And it looked like a good throw. I can't tell if it was deflected on the way there. It doesn't look like we're going to get a replay on it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. I know that I stated he dropped it, but when I said it, I was like, wait a minute, was that deflected away? I'm not sure, but it looked like he dropped it.
It's difficult to tell for sure from that perspective.
Here's Jackson, 3rd and 6 at Arizona's 45. Big arm, wide open is Donnie Hands. If he did drop the last attempt, he sure caught this one.
Yeah, absolutely no way Donnie Hands is dropping that one. And just a great throw right over the defense. And we are going to get a replay of this. And this is just another gorgeous ball from Ashley Jackson. And they're playing the zone there. And Hands just gets by Thomas Rahman Jr. And the safety cannot get over in time to help. And that is just a perfectly placed ball by Ashley Jackson.
Looks like Thomas Rahman was in a prior to playing in a cover 2 set there, because he basically did not take off with Donnie Hands, the sprinter of this offense. Here's Jackson once more. Down the middle of the field, and pass is caught, wow. And Arizona is making a move inside of the 5. Big game James this time.
Yeah, James Hands right in front of, guess who? Rochelle Colston. And Ashley Jackson does not care. The ball is perfectly placed. And James Hands has the inside release on Colston and had a chance to catch the ball, hit him right in the numbers. A great throw, 1st and goal for Arizona.
Josh, you just said that ball was perfectly placed, and you're absolutely right. Because if it's not, maybe Colston comes away with a 3rd pick of the game. But instead, Jackson 9mm, as I used to call her. Handoff here to Moses, and no, they're gonna call him an inch short. Goal line, second down.
And how many touchdown-saving tackles have we seen already today, Damon? Danny Stinson just makes one more right there. And I thought he broke in the plane. I wouldn't be surprised to see a challenge on this. DJ Moses very, very close to the goal line, but Stinson shutting him down.
I thought he crossed the plane as well, and as you stated, I mean, Denson, a defensive end, right? I know, inside linebacker. Come away with that tackle. I thought it was a DN. Here's another handoff here to Moses, and Moses is going to cross Hollywood Boulevard to get the first touchdown of the game.
Just great blocking up front. And Moses not touched on his way to the end zone. He can't say that about most of his runs so far. So that is just a great piece of offensive line play. And a nice run by Moses to get over the goal line that time. Now we got a touchdown, Damon. Our defensive struggle might be over here.
DJ Moses has 7 receptions. Coming into this game, Moses needed 4 receptions for his 300th career reception of his career. DJ Moses, congratulations for that milestone.
Absolutely. And how about that drive? 2 tremendous bullet passes from Ashley Jackson. 1 to each Hands brother. Donnie running that corner route. And then James Hands catching the bullet right in his chest. Right at the goal line, right in the face of Rochelle Colston. Arizona takes the lead, and that could change the dynamic of this game.
Another Arizona milestone, Donnie Hands has 400 career receptions. And LA is going to take the field here, Josh, at their own 27. Can they march down the field and put 6 on the board as well, as we stated?
They absolutely can. The question is, how much gas in the tank does Robert Johnson have? I'm sure at this point, we're in the early goings of the third quarter. I'm sure he's got plenty, and it looks like in this heavy set, Damon, he's going to get a little bit of help on first down.
There's a handoff here to Johnson. Johnson right up the middle, and Johnson's going to pick up 7 yards on that carry. Also want to give milestone kudos to Sully Richardson. Needed 47 yards coming into the game for 4,000 of the career. He has 133 on the day. Congratulations, Sully, for breaking the milestone of 4,000 yards of the career.
I think that's actually 14,000 yards.
Yeah, 14,000. That is absolutely correct. 14,000. My apologies.
Came into the week 25th all-time in passing yards, and he continues to climb the ladder.
Another handoff into Johnson. Oh, big tackle. I want to say, was that Constantine? No, it's not Constantine.
The number 95. That's Sean Moore. Came over last year from Queen City. He had 2 tackles for loss last week. Comes up with a big tackle there. And after 7 yards on first down, Damon, LA's staring at them 3rd and 2. Another chance for Arizona to get off the field.
They're going to go heavy here. Arizona's in a 4-3. And LA has every offensive lineman on the staff, or should I say on the roster, up on the line of scrimmage. And Johnson does pick up the first down.
And LA's winning those one-on-one battles in the trenches. And Robert Johnson, more often than not, seems to emerge from the line of scrimmage, not only with a head of steam, but also with a blocker or 2 downfield. It's part of the reason LA's been so successful with these long drives this afternoon.
4-3 defense. Everson Gamble is playing up in the box as well. They're only going to bring 4. Dump it off here to Johnson in the flat, and Johnson's going to pick up 6 yards on that reception there. He had 1 blocker in front of him. If he had another one, he'd probably be still running.
Yeah, and Arizona had 8 in the box there, but when they realized it was a pass, we saw deep drops from all those linebackers. And Richardson picking up on that and throwing the outlet pass to his halfback.
And off here to Johnson. Johnson hurdles over a guy and picks up the first down.
The wild thing about that is we saw an offensive lineman for LA get pancaked. And I thought Johnson would be dead to rights, but he managed to steer around that mess, still get positive yardage, and move the chains for the Lycans.
It looked like Sean Moore was on the tackle as well. 4-3 is the defense. Everybody on the offensive line here. And Johnson's going to get hit in the backfield. Is that Sean Moore again? Yes, sure it is. This young linebacker is playing some ball here today.
Yeah, 2 tackles for loss last week. Comes up with a big one there to force second and long. Just what Arizona needs at this point. You don't want LA to get back into field goal range again.
4-3 defense. Gamble playing in the box as well, and Johnson's going to pick up, get past the original line of scrimmage, and that's Tropicana this time on the tackle.
And his linebacking core stepping up, committing to the run. And Richardson running a little bit of predictable offense here, going run on first down, run on second down. And now third and long. They're setting up to run again. No wide receivers on the field.
There have been heavy doses of Johnson all game long. You only can imagine, will he ever get tired? There's a pass out to the tight end. That pass is going to be caught, but he's going to come up short of the first down to Arizona's 41-yard line. And on that reception is Pryor, and they're going to have to punt this back to Arizona, a hot team that opened up the third quarter.
Yeah, I think some of that was the play calling that did them in there. LZ Pryor, not somebody that I would necessarily think of as a lockdown third down option. LA obviously thought differently, but it didn't happen on that play.
Here's the punt, drops inside of the 10, out of bounds at the 8. Arizona's not pinned too deep to the goal line, but they're in the vicinity.
And chance to win, the rookie punter drops that one right in the coffin corner inside the 10-yard line. And we've seen some outstanding punts from Tuin in his rookie season. Some teams wonder why you would spend money on a punter. That's why.
In Coheen, since you and I, 3 wide receiver set here for Arizona. Big game James in the slot. Looks like handoff here to Moses. Moses spin move. Oh, if he breaks that tackle from coasting, hey, baby, we're talking about a 92-yard touchdown run.
And Moses did a nice job of dodging some of the fire in the trenches there. Made a nice step out. And like you said, just one more broken tackle away from a big, big gain.
2nd and 4 here for Arizona at the 14-yard line. Jackson in the shotgun. Throws out to Donnie Hands. Donnie Hands makes a reception, picks up the first down, but man, he took a blow.
Yeah, he did. And that was Thomas Rahman Jr. again. And Donnie's like, man, do you have to hit me that hard? And Thomas Rahman Jr. probably just nodding his head as he walks back to the huddle. Yes, I do have to hit you that hard.
A little fear in your heart. 1st and 10 at Arizona's 22. DJ Moses in the backfield by himself. Single back, 4-3 is the defense. 5-step drop here by Jackson. Steps up in the pocket, dumps it off across the middle to James. And that's going to be an incomplete pass, 2nd and 10.
And I wonder if that ball actually slipped out of Jackson's hands as she threw it. It almost looked like a changeup. The way the ball just kind of skittered toward the middle of the field. A little surprise there.
You saying Jackson has sweaty palms?
I'm saying it's really difficult to tell from this vantage point.
I just had to throw that little joke out there. 3 wide receivers set here for Arizona. LA is only going to bring 4. Jackson. Oh, what a dart to James. Big game James picks up the first down.
And James once again getting a nice throw from Ashley Jackson, who had time to throw. Very deep drop from Jackson. And the rush was coming. And if she did not get rid of that ball at that point, there's a chance it could have been a sack. But James, one-on-one against Thomasina Rama, coming up with a win in that matchup. First down.
That was an excellent route ran there by James. As you can see, when he stopped to hit the out route, he didn't there was no irky jerky in it or like a swerve,
Nope.
to complete the route. I mean, that was a beautiful ran route there by James Hands.
Very crisp.
7-step drop this time here by Jackson. Big arm throw down the middle, and she got the tight end. Will Todd deep down the middle to LA's 23.
And that was a bomb. Ashley Jackson just balling out here. You'd never think she'd throw 2 interceptions earlier in this game. Will Todd just running the post route, splitting the cover 2. And Colston's right there, but she can't catch him. Perfectly thrown ball hits Will Todd in stride. And just like that, Arizona's in plus territory.
As you stated, you wouldn't think that she threw the 2 picks compared to the last 2 drives. She's up to 237 yards passing now on 25 attempts. Here's another dump off here to Hands. I'm sorry, not Hands, Moses. And Moses is going to lose a yard there on the tackle. I can't get an ID on the license plate number.
And now Arizona in field goal range at this point, Damon. And we're going to see them dial it back here just a little bit. Already leading by 4. Field goal will give them a 7-point lead.
4-3 is the defense. Weak-eyed Jokers is the offense. A screen pass here to DJ Moses, and Moses is going to pick up a yard, get back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 here now for Arizona at LA's 22.
Yeah, Moses was in this spin cycle before Buddy Blaze even got to him. He maybe spun a little bit too soon, but great tackle by Buddy Blaze all the same.
Jackson in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers. Big on toward the end zone. That pass is complete to Big Game James' hands. What a throw from Ashley Jackson to her #1 wide receiver. Whoa, buddy, she is starting to heat up and catch fire.
Oh my goodness, what a throw, what a play call, what a throw, what a spiral, and what a catch with Rochelle Colston flying in. James Head's lucky to have his head on, let alone his hands with the football. Just an unbelievable catch in traffic. And now Arizona up by 2 scores. Wow.
The tables have turned here in LA, and Arizona is moving. We're seeing a totally different ball club from what we saw in the first half. Talk about halftime adjustments, Josh. There's a snap, the kick is up, and it is good. Cliff Allen comes away with that extra point attempt.
And they're playing the way you'd love to see a team like Arizona play. This is a talented team. They have a talented quarterback, and they have some established weapons on offense. And they are unleashing the dragon at this point. Ashley Jackson just throwing beautiful spirals with reckless abandon and finding her receivers. Again, it doesn't look like the same quarterback we saw earlier in the first half, and it doesn't look like the same LA secondary we saw in the first half either.
Here's the kick off to LA, and they're going to get back to the 23-yard line here. Can LA punch one into the end zone on this drive? They've been putting together some pretty good drives, some long drives, that is, if we talked about earlier in the game. They had drives of nine plays or so. Let me see. They got...
I have them with 4 plays of 9 plays of longer.
Drives of 9 plays. And on the previous drive was 4. And the last drive, I'm sorry, the last drive was no, I'm reading that. I'll get back to it in just a second. So their first drive was 12 plays. Then they had combining of 9, and 3, and now they're starting this drive here, where the last drive was 9 as well. So LA has been putting together some long drives, but case is, I mean, can they, get in the end zone?
Well, that's going to be the question, too. And the long drives are almost going to work against them at this point because the clock is slowly not becoming their friend as we wind down the end of the third quarter here.
Arizona last possession, 8 plays, 89 yards, 22-yard touchdown pass to James Hands. 3rd and 2 here for LA. At their own 31-yard line, 3 seconds left on the clock. We're going to go into the 4th quarter. And this has been a very explosive 3rd quarter here for the Arizona Scorpions. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by ATM Music. Visit the SFL website at Simulation.
What's up, everyone? I'm Doug. What's up, everyone? I'm Doug, oh my god.
I'm Doug Brown, running back, Mud Dogs. That's Potty, Kicker, Dragons. That's Benny Butcher, DT, Dragons. We the Simpot, the late night SFL podcast. Check us out on YouTube and Twitter.
Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys, and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. Here's LA with the punt attempt back to Arizona. The start of the fourth quarter. Everybody put your fours up in the chat. And we're going to start the Arizona possession here at the 35-yard line.
The Arizona trailing in the first half, trailing at the intermission. Have scored 14 unanswered in a very impressive offensive display. And the defense getting a nice 3 and out there. Giving the ball back to Ashley Jackson. Look out.
Single back formation. DJ Moses is going to be a strong stretch, and Moses is going to lose 4 yards on that carry. And you got to give kudos to number 94 coming away with that tackle, Ace Blackwell.
We mentioned earlier, Blackwell, week 4 signing, making the trip from couch to field ahead of schedule. Hadn't been on the server for much more than a month when he got the call from LA.
DJ Punk is in the middle of the trips to the left. Oh, encroachment there by Blackwell. Dumps it off across the middle of the field. This is like it was to Punk, and he comes away with that reception. And are they going to keep it, or would they decline it, Josh?
Well, that'd be interesting. I think they would keep it just to keep the extra down. But that gain might be just big enough, and they are going to decline this. They're saying the gain by Punk will be enough to get them in a short situation where they will be able to convert anyway. Honestly, I think you could go either way on that with Demond.
Yeah, you could. Ashley Jackson in the shotgun formation. 4 wide receiver set. We have seen Arizona very aggressive in this formation. Here's 90 all slants. Dump it off to Moses. Moses is hit hard at the line of scrimmage, and they're not going to pick up the first down. And comes away with that tackle is Danny Stinson, who has just been a nightmare for the Lions defense today.
Yes, Stinson's played a tremendous game so far. Not sure I like the decision to dump it out there. If you're going to go 3rd and 6, that tells me that you have a plan to throw the ball down the field to some extent, not dump it off to your halfback and expect him to break a tackle against a very good linebacker at Danny Stinson.
Does that decline of the 1st and 5 hurt Arizona on that particular drive?
And just when we thought we were out of the defensive struggle, Demond, we're seeing dueling 3 and outs. Los Angeles punts. Arizona punts right back.
Likens will start the drive at the 26. There's a look at D.D. Sats. 4-3 is the defense. 3 wide receivers on the field. Looks like there's a tight end in the slot. This is a weak eye formation here. That is a dump off to the tight end, and that is to Jack Flash. I'm starting to think that Jack Flash is the number one tight end for this team.
Yeah, I tell you, when there are a lot of big catches made by this team. Chris Lee's explosiveness over the last month notwithstanding, it usually does come from number 86, Jack Flash.
Seeing Flash in the slot there makes me believe that he is the number 1 tight end. Here's Richardson, and that pass is deflected away by Tropicana, who is also having a good game himself.
Yeah, Tropicana's been on the defense, on the ball in a couple of big situations here. And speaking of big situations, LA now in another 3rd and long. Arizona Scorpions defense tightening up here on this Lycans.
At LA's 29. 4 wide receiver set. This looked like there could be 8 squads. 2 tight ends in on the field. 1 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Wide receivers are in the slot. There's a pass right down the middle. And the man, the myth, the legend, Eddie Gage comes up with that INT.
And that was Richardson looking for Chris Lee. He's coming with a bunch of big plays. Richardson hoping to get one more. And Eddie Gage just playing center field there, turns around and sees a ball and just snags it. Tremendous big play and a great spot for the living legend, Eddie Gage.
Make sure to visit the SFL's YouTube channel at youtube.com/SimulationFL for an archive of every game, every draft, and every moment you might have missed. Since the Simulation Football League got its start in 2013, SFL YouTube features top 10 plays of the week, archive people behind the players, segments, and all the major milestones in league history.
And Moses slow to get up after that hit on first down. Another TFL from Los Angeles. And bodies are flying here, Damon. We're seeing some great defense here in the fourth quarter.
They are exhausted out there on the field. Josh, good to be up here in the booth with you, man. Oh, Ashley Jackson take a shot towards her legs, and this could be devastating to the quarterback. She's slow getting up herself, hoping that this is not any type of injury of an ACL or MCL tear.
And that was Ace Blackwell on the sack. Had his first sack of the season last week. Coming up with a huge one there, and now it's third and a country mile for the Scorpions.
4 wide receivers here for Arizona. 3-2 dime is the defense. Both safeties are playing deep. Arizona Jackson gets a little pressure, rolls out to the right, and she's just going to throw it away. I think that is probably the best thing to do there instead of forcing it downfield. Throw it away, live to play another down, and Arizona's going to have to punt this one away at 4th and 17.
And just the defense for both teams has really tightened up here. We've seen punt, interception, and now another punt. Tension's running high here. A couple of division leaders. Somebody's going to come away with a win. But right now, Arizona with a 2-score lead has the option to just punt this away. And if you're Los Angeles here, Damon, you really got to come up with any kind of score here. That 7:43 is going to evaporate super quick.
Yeah, they really got to get the offense going here. I think they got to get more of Johnson more involved here in the offense, as he has been the bell cow, you know, but they also really got to start taking some shots downfield with these receivers. They really have not taken any shots besides the last on the last possession when they threw the pick. Here's Richardson on an out route down to the bottom of the field, and this is to Chris Lee on that reception there. As we have seen, everything has basically to Josh been out routes, you know, a little in route here, there, and dump off to the flats to the halfback.
Yeah, and Arizona's done a nice job. We're talking about the long drives that Los Angeles has been sustaining, but Arizona's done a nice job of taking away the big plays. The longest pass play for Los Angeles has been 14 yards from Chris Lee.
There's a handoff here to Johnson up the middle of the field, and that's going to go down as a tackle for Sean Moore. Looks like Tropicana was there also.
Tropicana all over the place. Looks like we have a flag.
We're going to call an encroachment on Alex Consta's team.
And that is a big mistake. You do not want to see from your defense at this point. We've seen both teams doing it at some point. Constantine not happy about the call. Now brings up 2nd and inches. This is big money time. If you're going to take a shot down the field, this is where you would do it.
2nd and inches here. Looks like they're going to jumbo package this one. Handoff here to Johnson to the top of the field. Sweeping right, nothing doing. And my. This defense for Arizona was not going to allow that one to go down.
Yeah, Max Knight and a handful of other white jerseys there on the stop. Knight had 6 TFLs on the season and give him at least half of a TFL in that play.
4-3 defense here for Arizona. Twins to the right of Richardson. There's a first down. That is to Flash again. Flash has been very active in his offense so far this week.
Absolutely, his 6th catch of the afternoon, and it's a big one. Coming up with a first down, keeps the drive alive. Number 86, making another big play for the blue and gold.
7 targets to Flash. As you just stated, 6 receptions on the day with 35 yards. They're going to come out in another jumbo package. This is going to be a wings. Weak jokers, and that's going to be a handoff here to Johnson, and Tropicana meets him at the 44.
And Tropicana, nice open field tackle there. We're still seeing a lot of run-heavy looks from Los Angeles, Demond. I would think at this point in the game, you would be spreading them out full time and getting multiple wide receivers on the field, closer to what we're seeing here on this play.
You're so right. I mean, there's only 5 minutes and 26 seconds left on the clock. Twins here now for Richardson. Throws an out route to the top of the field. That is to Chris Lee. He's going to come up short of the first down, 3rd and 1 at LA's 49. I mean, they're moving pretty slowly on this drive, but also they are putting a good drive together at 6 plays so far.
Yes, but as you insinuated, this does not look like a team that's down by 2 scores. Although you got to remember, you got to get the first score before you can get the second one.
4 minutes and 52 seconds. Hand off here to Johnson up the middle. Got a blocker. Picks up the first down before being brought down by Gage.
They're going to go some hurry up. They're going to stay in this run set.
Here is a 2-step drop here by Richardson. Dump off to Johnson, and Johnson's not going to pick up the first down. 2nd and inches. At Arizona's 36. They're moving the ball, partner.
They are getting good yardage out of the hurry up so far. Arizona hasn't had a chance to reset.
2-step drop down the middle of the field. That pass is caught. Tommy Rahman, the big fullback, right up the middle.
His first catch. Second
Swing
catch.
pass this time to Johnson. Johnson take a big shot by Eric Garrison. Right on the sideline. 2nd and 4 now. And LA is putting together a drive.
And the fatigue algorithm's going to kick in here any second for both teams.
2-step drop here by Richardson to Tommy. And no, Tropicana. Play spoiler on that one, but Moore was there as well.
Now both teams going to take a break, hydrate a little bit. And we're going to see a couple of huddles here. But that's a nice, productive drive by Los Angeles. Stopping the clock here with just under 4 minutes to play.
3rd and 4 at Arizona's 19. 3:52 left on the ticker. Richardson in the shotgun formation. Throws an out route to the top of the field. That's Flash.
Whoa.
Breaks the tackle. And he gets it to the end zone.
What an amazing effort by Jack Flash.
Absolutely. I mean, he broke that tackle. I can't see who that is. That was Everson Gamble, who could not come away with that tackle. We'd like to welcome in our new viewers on Next Level Sports. We've been at a defensive battle here between the Lycans of Los Angeles and the Scorpions from Arizona. LA just picks up their first touchdown of the game. Deep here in the 4th quarter with 3 minutes and 46 seconds left on the clock.
Now, this is interesting, Damon. Rob Epps is going to kick the extra point, which means Los Angeles is still going to be down 4, which means they won't have a chance to tie it with a field goal. Oh, no, they're going to fake it.
It's going to be a muff snap, and they're going to not be allowed to kick the field goal, the extra point attempt.
And that's unbelievable. I don't know why you would line up in a situation like that. You're down 5 points. The 2-point conversion would make it a 3-point margin, and when a field goal would tie. The extra point does absolutely nothing for you at that point. And now we're going to see an onside kick.
Here's Eames. That pass is going to be... Oh, man, that could have been dangerous. Looks like LA was going to come away with that one.
And that was Roscoe Justice, the backup wide receiver. It looked like he was going to return that onside kick and actually did get a couple of yards on it. But very curious sequence there from LA. Declining to go for the 2-point. And it's 3:44. You still have all 3 of your timeouts. Field position matters at this point. I would have liked to have seen the kick it down the field.
Here's Ashley Jackson underneath the center. She's going to give it a handoff here to Moses, and Moses almost picks up the first down. Oh, he does get the first down on that carry.
And they're going to give him forward progress. And I see him going back and forth about the extra point there in chat. You thought it was a muff snap. I thought it looked like a fake. In the SFL here, you're not beholden to kicking the extra point from the 10-yard line as you might be in some other leagues. And I'm not sure. We might have to wait till after the game to figure out what exactly happened on that play.
Here was Arizona at LA's 27. 17-12 is the score. They come out in a weak-eye Joker's pair. Hand off here to the top of the field to DJ Moses, and Moses is going to lose a yard, tackled by a host of Lycans.
And now the clock is Arizona's friend at this point. You might think running here, not a great decision, but that clock is continuing to run. And that is just going to shorten the amount of time Los Angeles has in the event they get the ball back. No guarantee of that here.
I formation, power I. Here for Arizona. 2nd and 11. Defense is in a 4-3. Handoff here to DJ Moses, and nothing doing. The defense is playing heavy on the run.
Absolutely.
Benson.
And Arizona has no incentive to pass. We talked about Rochelle Colston and her 2 interceptions earlier. And Ashley Jackson, despite throwing some absolute dimes in the second half of this game, really has no incentive to throw it deep, especially here on this end of the field. You kick another field goal, it's an 8-point game.
Oh, there's a handoff here to Moses right up the middle of the field. It's going to be tackled by Stinson. Stinson has been in his face all game long.
And if Stinson doesn't make that tackle, that's at least another first down for Moses. And you basically forget about the game at this point. But that tackle from Stinson keeps them in the game.
Fourth and 7. Arizona's going to go for a field goal attempt here. And this is going to put them up by 8 if they convert the field goal. 2 minutes is on the clock. LA still has time to drive down the field, score a touchdown if they can, and attempt a 2-point conversion. That kick is almost blocked on the attempt from Allen.
And that's a big money kick from Cliff Allen. 40 yards, right down the pike. And Allen has missed a couple of field goals this season, but he has been absolutely money here this afternoon in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I was speaking with Eddie Gage earlier on the week, and he did inform me that, Allen has been missing some field goals and missed quite a few this week. I mean, this season, chip shots, as you would say.
But flawless this afternoon in a big game against another division leader. You want to show your playoff medal. You know the rest of the league is watching. And Cliff Allen knows that as well, and he has been outstanding, 2 for 2. And he has given his team the largest one-score lead you can muster.
4-3 is the defense. I formation twins. There's an out route. And the pass is tipped up by Gage. If Gage extended his arms, he comes away with that interception, and he probably could have got his first pick 6 of his long extended career.
Oh, my goodness. I thought that was there, too. The way that ball went straight up, and Gage had his head turned and looking for it. But tremendous awareness. I'm sure he is perfectly happy just getting that deflection and shutting down that pass. But, oh, my, that could have been something amazing.
Shotgun formation here now for Sully Richardson. Takes a 2-step drop, throws across the middle of the field, and passes deflected away by Sean Moore. Sean Moore has just been outstanding today. Such an active individual playing at that outside linebacker spot versus the run and drop back in coverage as well. I mean, that's how you play the game.
Yeah, and that's especially what you want to see from your linebackers, Damon, is Sean Moore has done a really nice job, especially just all the season. Had 63 tackles coming into the week. 6 of those for losses, TFLs. Just a tremendous addition to this defense in the offseason.
There's a dump off here to the halfback Johnson. That was probably the most productive play on this drive so far. 4th and 3. Josh, I'm pretty sure that LA has no choice but to go for it right here.
Oh, absolutely. This is your ball game right here. You need 3 yards. And they have a variety of ways that they could get that 3 yards, but you absolutely have to get it here. Or it's good night, Irene.
Yeah, I was going to say they could punt it. They have all 3 timeouts. I'm pretty sure they would get the ball back with great extensive time available. But they're going to try to go for it here. Here's Richardson down the middle. What a reception by Flash. No, it's not Flash. It's Tommy Rahman.
Well, you can almost forgive Arizona for not covering the fullback fly route. And this is just unbelievable. Tommy Rahman, a rookie fullback, just running up there and pushing Bernard Smith the 4th down the field. You probably couldn't believe what he was seeing. And Robin just makes a tremendous catch in stride to keep his team's hope alive.
I am shocked after what I just saw. Fullback coming away with that reception deep down the middle of the field. Looks like the play was 90Z quick outs. Twins here to the right of Richardson. Rahman and Johnson in the backfield with the quarterback. They stay in the block. There's a pass completed. Picks up the first down. Flash on that reception.
8 in the box there for Arizona, Damon, and Flash still somehow got loose, coming up with a big catch.
His 8th reception on the day. There's a post route down the middle of the field. That pass is completed.
Flash again.
He's been putting the receiving core on the back and helping Sully Richardson out all game.
Clock continues to run, but first to goal at this point. Clock almost doesn't matter here. Sully Richardson and the Lycans have 4 plays to get a tie. They need a touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
Is this the same Jackie Flash that plays in the AT&T commercial? Jackie Flash. Handoff here to Johnson up the middle of the field. Hurdles over an individual. Picks up 3 yards on that run.
Arizona defense is going to tighten up. They know if they stop him here, they win the game.
Strong guy Jokers. Handoff here to Johnson towards the top. He's going to be stopped and lose a yard. Oh, there is another time out there by LA. I think that was a great one to call.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, reset your offense. Think about what personnel you got on the field. You have 2 plays. You need 6 yards. And then you need 2 yards after that, presuming you find the end zone. Now Arizona.
Josh, I have no say in this game, and my leg won't stop shaking.
This Arizona defense, they've been on the field so long today. The fatigue algorithm might factor in here.
A squads. There's an out route towards the bottom of the field. It is. Did he catch that? What?
They're saying that's a catch.
Davey
That's
is
unbelievable.
Probably comes away with the best reception of the week.
Through the hands of 2 Scorpion defenders, and then Davius Reed, there at the 1-yard line, somehow came up with it. It was probably on his back before it actually was a catch. And now Richardson needs 1 yard for a touchdown.
I thought that pass was either going to be picked off or it was going to hit the ground. Richardson underneath the center. You know it's going to Johnson. Here's a 2-step drop. Throws it out to Tommy Robin.
Tommy
Wide
Robin.
open as he crosses Hollywood Boulevard. What a touchdown reception from Sully Richardson.
Once again, nobody covering Tommy Rahman. Out there in the right flat all by himself. And Sully Richardson, like you said, everybody thought Robert Johnson was getting the ball. But no, Tommy Rahman's there all by himself on Dandelion Patrol. And then gets the ball and just walks it in.
But here's the question. Can LA cross the goal line to tie it up at 20?
And here's the question, Devon. Who gets it here?
2-point attempt. Twins to the left of Sully Richards. Looks like he's changing the play. And it's going to be a pass to Johnson. And Johnson is hit right at the goal line. He does cross the goal line, and he does pick up the 2-point conversion. Oh, my friend, looks like we've just maybe heading into OT, but there's 31 seconds left on the clock.
And Johnson makes a little stutter step, like right there. And Eddie Gage, just a half yard too late, coming to make that tackle. Robert Johnson coming through for his team once again. Over 150 all-purpose yards by our count on the afternoon. And as you said, there might be a few more on the docket to come.
Let's not forget, Arizona has all 3 timeouts in the back pocket. This one is going to be right at the goal line. And PJ Punk gets it out to the 26. 27 seconds. Only 4 seconds came off the clock from that kick return.
Yeah, 27 seconds. You have all 3 of your timeouts, like you said, Demond. I would like to see them take one shot at a big play. And if you can get down the field and burn a timeout and maybe wiggle your way into field goal range, do it. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to do it here on first down.
3 wide receiver set. 2-step drop here by Jackson. Throws across the middle of the field. That pass is deflected away.
And it's worth noting an interception like that would put the Lycans right back into field goal range and give Rob Ebbs a chance to win the game at the end of regulation.
Jack Hacksaw on the PD. 4 seconds came off the clock. Arizona 2nd and 10.
3 wideouts for the Scorps. Let's see what they do here.
PJ Punk to the bottom. Donnie Hands in the slot. Big game James is up top. He runs a quick out, and he's going to get out of bounds and stop the clock. Excellent route there by Hands by getting out of bounds to stop the clock there. But it's going to be 3rd and 1. They're still on Arizona's side of the field with 19 seconds left.
And Jackson got rid of that ball a little sooner than I thought she would. Both of the backs stayed in to block, Moses and the fullback as well. I thought we would see Jackson take a shot down the field. But as you said, a nice gain here by Hands, and maybe a chance to extend the drive here a little bit and get a first down.
Wide receivers on the field, nobody covering the slot, and there's Donnie Hands there. Is Arizona going to call a timeout? And yes, they do.
Now they're at midfield, 15 seconds left. That's a great use of the timeout. And we'll take another look at this catch. Donnie Hands really had to stretch to get this ball. And Jackson put it right in the window. And the feet of Donnie Hands not quite there. However, the hands of Donnie Hands right on time.
With 15 seconds left on the clock, do you play to get yourself in field goal range, or you go for the big score for a touchdown?
I would try and get one more chunk of yardage and give Cliff Allen a chance to win this game. And if not, then you can go to overtime.
High spread is the offense. 2-step drop here by Jackson. Got a reception. Oh, and then there's going to be a penalty on top of that as well. Looks like Hacksaw come in with a late hit on TJ Punk.
I hope that's not what it is. But yeah, we're seeing the personal foul call. And I thought TJ Punk made a tremendous effort to get down and get that ball before it hit the ground. We'll see the replay here. It's on Thomas Rahman Jr. And there's the catch. And that is a terrible call. That guy's just 15 yards for the act of playing football. He actually does make contact a little late because he's obstructed by his own guy. But that is a garbage call. And that's going to change the outcome of this game because now, instead of kicking from the 36-yard line, they're going to get a free 15 yards. And now they're going to kick the field goal for what's going to be a 37-yarder. Much more within the range of Cliff Allen. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, but let's not also forget that Cliff Allen has been having issues with kicking field goals inside of the 40-yard range all season long.
That is true.
So I'm pretty sure the heartbeats of Arizona fans, coaches, and players is beating right now.
To be fair, Allen has been perfect on the day, and both of his kicks were longer than this.
This one here is a 37-yard attempt. There's the snap. The kick is up, and it's good. Right down the middle. Arizona win this one right before the time runs out here in the fourth quarter. 23-20. Scorpions move ahead in the standings for that number 1 spot in the West.
Yeah, they're going to keep that West Division lead. Congratulations to the Arizona Scorpions. And to the Lycans as well. What an amazing game we just saw, Damon. Last-minute drive. Ashley Jackson taking her team down the field. And Cliff Allen, ice in his veins, getting it done. A buzzer-beating field goal for the Arizona Scorpions.
Ashley Jackson put up 311 yards. Sully Richardson, 286. Look at the time of possession. We spoke on it all game long. 24-19. But as you stated, who wanted it more? Looks like both teams did with that last drive from LA, Josh, that they put together to come away with the score on the drive and also the 2-point conversion. As we all thought that the touchdown was going to go straight to Robert Johnson, but it went to Tommy Rahman instead. And man, you got to give kudos to Arizona's offense, not skipping a beat on this final drive here. They got themselves down the field, put themselves in excellent position, despite the penalty. Who knows what the outcome would have been, but that's just what R62 decided to call, and that's that, and just a heartbreaker here for LA because they did put together such a great drive coming towards the end. Josh, you take it now.
Yeah, and LA has played some tremendous football, no question about it, and they were certainly tremendous in this game, one that was super close that could have gone either way. But I think Ashley Jackson really made the difference, especially in the second half, through with reckless abandon and tremendous accuracy, and the way that she put the ball into the hands of her receivers ultimately made the difference. Over 300 yards. James Hands, by our count, finished with 90 yards and the touchdown. Every one of her receivers had at least 2 receptions. DJ Moses did just enough. 19 attempts for 75 yards and 10 catches to boot. But the way this Arizona offense came to life in the second half, after throwing 2 interceptions in the first half, mind you, that to me made the difference in the game.
You're absolutely right. I was just going to say that as well, that after those two interceptions, Ashley Jackson basically went on a tear. Start putting up big numbers. There's a look at her, and she's the player of the game. Hey, everyone. I'm Damon Simeon, alongside my partner, Josh Zirkle, and we're going to send this off to the post-game show and update to SFL headquarters with Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green. See you when we see you, everyone. Peace. Josh, tell him goodbye.
Goodbye.
You could have came up with something more clever than that.
You said say goodbye.
That was a crazy game.